So I just finished up a build. I've shown this quad before a couple different times, I think. This is the Airblade Eclair 3-inch lite. I know I did one with a split mini, and then I did another one with Rotor X 1404s. The split mini one I did with the Superman motors, and I got the same ones on here, so yeah, these are pretty good motors to pair up with this frame. This one does have the decal that goes on here. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I do like how it looks and everything, but they need to change it just a tiny bit. It needs to be cut out around where the camera screw goes, because when you screw the screw in, it pushes out around it on the outside. You can see it's peeling up. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I can see it. It's just peeling up and not want to stay down right around where the screw is. On this side, I actually just cut part of it out, which pretty much messed it up. But I got another one. This was the Superman or Superhero. Yeah, it was a Superhero Bomb 1, and then there's a Superhero Bomb 2. Actually, this is the 2 one, I think. So let me show you the other one. I have the other one too. That's the 1. Bomb 1. You can't really make out a whole lot. You can see a few people. I don't even know who that guy is, or that guy, or that chick, or that guy. Yeah, I don't know who any of these guys are. But if you get the full one, you get 2 of these. This one goes on the bottom, and this one goes on the top, and it's chopped off right here where the motor goes, because, you know, what's the point of having it where the motor goes? But actually, it probably would be a nice little vibration dampener if it put this one on the top, because these are fairly thick. But yeah, they're pretty nice. It's just, you know, this slot right here needs to be just a little bit bigger for that screw, because that screw just pushes it out and messes it up. Looks pretty sweet though. The bottom is really nice. It's not peeling up or anything, and it went down perfectly, and it lines up perfectly. I didn't do it absolutely perfect. You can see there's a little bit more carbon on this side showing than this side, but you know, good enough. It's pretty sweet. If I was to do it again, I probably would just get the half, and I'm not sure. I think that's probably just the one piece and then the 2 side pieces. Actually, what am I saying? No, I would get the full, and I would probably just leave it off of the side plates and only put it on the main frame. I might end up taking these off the side plates, I don't know. But that's enough talk about that. So, you know, I'm using the Airblade 1404 3850 kV motors. I'm also using the HGLRC F440 stack. It's my first time using this stack. I really liked it. When it came, I was checking it out, and it was really, really nice. HGLRC, I mean, they're making nicer stuff every day, you know. I know a lot of people had problems with their F428 stack. You know, when it first came out, everybody was breaking all the pins off of them and shit, and they actually sent steel M2 screws with this. They used to only send just like little M2 plastic hardware, but now they're sending long steel screws with the little through hole standoffs. So yeah, that's pretty nice. And this is the BL 32, and it's a 40 amp 4-in-1, 20 by 20. The flight controller looks like it's pretty much the same as all the other ones. So the only difference really between all the other ones and this is that this is a 40 amp and it's BL 32. And then the VTX I'm using is the Amway TX004, and it's a 25, 100, 200 milliwatt VTX. It's super, super light. I was shocked at how light it was. When I pulled it out of the package and was holding it, it felt like a feather. And it has the UFL connector, so I'm using the Furious Big Mac antenna, and I just super glued it to the connector there so that it doesn't, and I zip tied it to the side plate here, so There's no way that's coming unplugged. I'm using this. This is actually one piece to a camera mount for a Toma Quads frame that goes on the front standoff to hold the camera. And I just made the hole a little bit bigger so that I could fit the antenna in there. I thought it'd be nice to hold the antenna, and it's working pretty good. These are the Emax Avon 3-inch props, and I saw somebody's post recently how they were saying that they couldn't fit these on the Rotor X motors, the Rotor X 1404s, and I could see that happening, and they barely even fit on here because when I pushed it down, I actually had to smash it down. Like, if you push it all the way down to the motor, you'll see the prop kind of bend up a little bit. So they don't fit perfect, but you can make them fit, and they work just fine. You can see they scoop down a lot right there, so you can see it's touching the motor, but it only bent up just a hair, you know, just a tiny bit, so it didn't affect the prop at all or how it flies or anything. And then I have the Runcam Eagle Micro. My first time trying it out. So far I like it a lot. I don't like the price of it, but I do like the way it looks. It looks pretty nice in the goggles. And then XM Plus. And that's about it. This is gonna be my daily flyer because I wanted a 3-inch. I've been wanting my own 3-inch for a while, so slap this one together. Haven't even flown it outside yet. I've only test hovered it. It's ready to go. I wanted one of these so badly because I built a bunch of other people ones, and every time I would fly it, I'm like, dang, this thing is so awesome. It's so quiet and powerful. And I'm mostly going to be using this for 3S, but this stack will actually take 6S. So if I ended up wanting to, I could actually test out 5S and 6S on these motors. I doubt that they're going to handle it, but probably see some smoke puffing out of them. And I'm not even sure if they make a small enough battery in 6S. I know there's a 5S one. I know Rotor X makes smaller 5S batteries, like a 850. A 650 would be ideal, but I don't think anybody makes a 5S 650 or a 6S 650. So, yeah, hopefully somebody does someday, though. Because it would be pretty sweet to have a 6S micro. Although I don't really see what the point would be. I mean, you can only get so much power to where you're like, okay, that's enough. And I'm sure there's probably some people out there that can't get enough power no matter what, but that's not me. I'm pretty happy with 3S usually, with a high kV on 3S. So this is 3850 kV, so let's just call it 4000. 4000 kV motors, like 1306 4000 kV, when those came out, those were specifically made for a 3-inch quad on 3S. Although I always flew them on 4S and they were the shit. But yeah, they're made for 3S. So these are 3 to 4S. I will try them on 4S. I do have a 650 4S that I can throw on here, but I think mainly I'll be flying it at 3S. So let's turn it on and check it out.
Welcome to OpenTX. Switch warning. Switch warning.
A little bit of Dr. Dre. I do have the HDLRC buzzer LED combo in the back here too. Yeah. I just love how quiet it is. I didn't mention either, this is also running Butterfly. Ooh, I like that blue LED on there. Blue and the red on the flight controller. Haha, sweet. Yeah, it's just so quiet and so powerful. Even when you punch it, you know, usually sometimes there'll be a quad that's quiet in a hover, but it's real screams when you punch it, but this one is quiet the whole time. I love it. Motors are not even warm. I'm hoping these motors last. I've been having problems lately with those Rotor X 1404s. They've just been falling apart like crazy. Like 4 different guys' quads had at least one or more just stop working. One of them had the wires just fall right out of the motor. Just came right out. And they weren't yanked on or wrecked or anything. They just they were brand new. It was crazy. And then a couple other ones, they just stopped spinning good, like the bearings went out, you know. And that was why the Rotor X came out with their first version, the 1404 3600, I think. And then they immediately came out with the V2 because everybody was having problems with the bearings. And then the V2s were having problems with the bearings. That's what I saw anyway. I don't know if anybody else had problems with the bearings on the V2 Rotor X 1404s, but I definitely saw that shit. So yeah, Eclair Lite 3-inch 1404. Pretty sweet setup. Let's weigh it real quick. $122, not bad. That's pretty good weight actually. Super light. With the battery, 176. Damn, that's crazy light. That's a 550 though. I'm gonna be mostly using 650. Here's the 650, 180, and then here's a 654S, 189. So 180 to 190 overall weight. Pretty damn good, considering other 3-inch quads that are closer to 250 with like 1407s on them, you know. This could compete with those too, you know. So yeah, I like keeping it lightweight. It makes me feel better about crashes and shit, not breaking anything. Alright, well that's all I got. I just wanted to show that bad boy. Happy 4th of July. Alright.